the primary thing the state wants to do is to make sure we can actually hear this. The state is contending that the hearing be limited to the amount of child support review. I'm sorry, the child support that's ordered from the review process. But the parties also are in disagreement with the conservatorship determination inside the CSRO. So the state is wanting the court to rule on whether we can also handle the issue for conservatorship, or we will limit this hearing to just the amount owed.
Out for the conservatorship issue as well. So we'll just
Okay.
hear the income, which is going to set the support obligations and conservatorship.
That is my understanding. Yes, Your Honor.
Call your first witness.
Okay, the state calls Ms. Tame. Ms. Tame, what is your full name?
Natalie Teen.
Oh, Tame. I'm sorry. I heard Tame. Miss Tame, what is the full name of the
It's
child in
okay.
this case?
Her full name is Nayara Lisbeth Tame.
You cut out there for me. I'm sorry. Is it what was the full name of the child?
Nayara Lisbeth Tame.
Okay. Were you present in the child support review process that occurred in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you participated in that process? Correct.
Yes, sir.
What are you asking the court to
Correct.
enter in this case?
Regarding the child support amount, is just to follow the Texas guidelines, and to obtain the sole conservatorship.
Okay. Why are you asking for sole managing conservatorship?
Reason being is that Jaden has not been involved in the baby's life at all since I had found out that I was pregnant. We had tried like sending updates, we've sent ultrasounds and stuff, and he ended up blocking my sister and me, so we haven't had any way to get in contact with him regarding about the baby. And he hasn't provided at all as well since she was born.
What other reasons do you have, if any, for asking the court to enter sole managing conservatorship in this order?
That would basically just be it, just to be able to cover all of the baby's expenses and all of her needs.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Rasmussen, do you have any questions of Ms. Thamer?
No, ma'am.
Call your next witness, Mr. Cullen.
The state calls Mr. Rasmussen.
Yes.
Mr. Rasmussen, what's your full name?
Jaden Tristan Rasmussen.
What's the full name of the child in this case?
Nayeli Lisbeth Tame.
And who's the father of the child in this case?
I am.
Did you participate in the child support review process that was done in this case?
Yes, sir.
That process reviewed aspects of your income during that time, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they reviewed what specifically did they review in determining your income for this case?
From what I recall, she had pulled up online what I make in my job, including two other incomes, which is my BAH and my BAS, due to me being military. She added all those up, which kind of didn't seem right to me. I've been doing a lot of research on it. I use the BAH and my BAS to take care of my family that I have now, my wife and my daughter. And then also for my son when he comes over to visit, all his needs as well.
Okay, what And you said you're still getting, to be clear here, you're still getting BAH, which is the basic allowance for housing, correct?
Yes, for since I'm married and have a daughter full time, that's the money that the Army gives me to take care of my wife and my daughter.
Okay, and you're still receiving the basic allowance for subsistence, also known as BAS, correct?
Yes,
Okay. How many years of service have you been in the service?
11.
And what is your current rank?
Sergeant E5.
E5. Okay. And that is what was used to calculate your gross monthly income, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What pay stubs or paychecks did you provide um to the CSO to the child support officer during that process?
I didn't have my LES at that time. I do have it here now. I do have it pulled up. Just I didn't have it at that time.
Okay. With your um with your current income, are you making more than the and we're talking just about the service related pay. Now we're not including the BAH or the BAS in this. For your current pay stub, is it showing you receiving more than the $4,395.30 that was determined to be your cumulative pay for 10 years of over 10 years of service and at an E5 level?
No, it's still the 4,395.
Okay, so it's still that amount. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, what are you asking in terms of conservatorship in this case?
Well, since I am here now, I've talked to a lot of my career counselor and a lot of them to cancel my assignment. I was supposed to go overseas and be stationed in Germany. I had talked to them about canceling my order so I could stay here stateside to make it easier to be part of my daughter's life. I think with being part of her life now, I should have at least a say in some of the conservative stuff that, medical and all that stuff. Um, I'm taking that chance now. Granted, I wasn't part of the baby's life for the first 6 months. Um, I never got a word from anybody. She has been in communication with my father, talking to him, sending updates and all that stuff, but has yet to ask him when she needs help to ask me for help. My dad has been basically the middle person between the both of us, but she hasn't yet asked him to ask me for help to get anything like diapers, formula, or whatever the baby needs, which I've told my father I'm more than willing to put my differences aside and help out when it comes to the baby. I just need to know and need that communication.
Okay. What what medical insurance is currently in place for the child in this case?
Uh,
Right now is in Texas Medicaid.
Miss Tamley, so these questions are just for Mr. Rasmussen. Okay, so when
Oh, I'm
if we
sorry.
need to call if we need to ask you any more questions, we will recall you as a witness. But currently, Mr. Rasmussen, I know there may be something else out there, but the non-agreed order in calculating your child
All
support
right, guys, mom says dad basically stayed out of the child's life, while dad argues the support calculation ignores the family he already provides for.
your child support, we need to take into consideration, some certain things such as medical support and dental support obligations for insurances. So is that available? Is any health insurance available through your employer, the Army, for the child in this case?
yes, I just need to have my name on her birth certificate so that way I can put her into DEERS under me. She would have TRICARE. For dental, even though they don't take care of civilians on post, that she would have to find a dentist off post, which is what I have for my daughter now. And they take that from my pay because I got to pay for it. It's only like $11 a month, but She would be covered and it would be through me and she wouldn't have to worry about paying Medicaid or any of that stuff. Because the Army does provide TRICARE and it takes care of, families like me, my wife, my daughter, and my other daughter.
Okay, and I want to be clear here, right? Because you said there might have been a cost. So let's start for TRICARE for the medical side. Is there a cost associated with TRICARE medical?
No.
Okay, so
If,
that's
if
zero.
Yeah, as long as I put her on my TRICARE Prime, she'll be perfectly fine. There won't be any cost.
Okay, and now is your testimony right now saying that there is a cost for the TRICARE dental?
Yes, I pay 11.72 for my daughter to go to the dentist and get, her teeth checked and seen. So I would probably be paying a little bit more when I add her on there. I'm not sure. I have to talk to TRICARE themselves and find out what the cost would be. But yeah, there is a cost.
So, and I want to make sure we're absolutely clear here. Are you talking about a copay when you take your child to the dentist, or something that comes out of your check each month for dental TRICARE?
It comes out of my check each month.
Okay, and that cost you said is $11?
For my daughter, yes. I don't know how much it would be with adding my other daughter.
Okay, would you expect it to be like is there a reason it would be more than $11 for a separate child?
It would probably be the same amount, the $11, which putting both together would be about over $20, but that still comes out of my check.
Okay, pass the witness, Your Honor.
Miss Tame, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Rasmussen, you mentioned a son. Do you have a son also?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Is he under the age of 18?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you ordered to pay child support or support him?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I pay 677 a month, but with
Okay.
back pay, it's an extra 100, so I pay over $700 a month for him.
Understood. So you have one child that's before the court, your daughter, and you
Mhm.
testified you have another daughter residing with you, and you also have a son.
Yes, ma'am.
So total children, 3, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm looking at the order. It doesn't seem like you were given credit for another child. I could be wrong.
Yes, Your Honor, on direct you to page 7, he's put at 16%.
So he was not given credit for 2 other children.
It would be 2 because one child would be 17.5%.
He was given credit. Okay, perfect. Also, Mr. Robinson, the income that shows on the child support review order that's proposed to the court, the income that is being reported, is that accurate or was it an inaccurate amount that was reported?
Are you bringing up like the 900 and I think it was like 50 something?
Right, not the child support obligation, what your gross income was or is being reported. Like right now, it says here, your gross monthly income is $6,681.25. Is that correct? That's without any taxes. That's without anything.
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
That is correct. Okay.
Mhm.
All righty. Okay, Mr. Calvin.
Yes, Your Honor. So at this point, the state is requesting the court take judicial notice and enter into evidence the investigative report that's attached at the end of the non-agreed CSRO that details how, well, not how, but details that the review of the income that was done by the child support review officer that was signed on 7/17 be entered into evidence and support the calculation that were arrived in inside the order and enter that into evidence as well. And the state's ready for recommendations.
Okay, so you want to enter into evidence the investigative report that is attached as an exhibit?
Correct, as Exhibit A.
Okay, does anybody have any objections with the investigative report? It is, I believe, number 30.
I'm trying to get.
Let's see. I can't really see the number of it. I don't have an exhibit labeled to it, but I think it's number 30 or 31 of the petition.
It actually, Honor, it's probably more accurately, it's page 40 because we have the
Oh,
attached
40. It's so
child
little, I
support.
can't see.
Yeah, we have attached support order, the standard possession order and the under 3 order as well.
Okay, so it's 40 of 40,
Yes,
and you want that as exhibit A.
correct. And I can share my screen if you would like me to.
Yes, that way everybody can see it. So then my next question will be, are there any objections with this document being admitted into evidence?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Tate?
No, ma'am.
All right, states say admit it. And for the calculations of child support, Mr. Galvo, did they include any cost for the dental?
It does not appear so, Your Honor, and I can correct that.
Okay,
And
so can you recalculate giving Mr. Rasmussen, let's just say $15 for dental?
let me handle it.
While Mr. Galvo is doing that, Ms. Tame, is there anything else you would like to address the court regarding the issues that are before me?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Rasmussen, anything else you would like to address the court that's before me?
No, ma'am.
Were there any other issues within this proposed order that needed to be addressed? Ms. Tame,
No, ma'am.
Mr. Rasmussen?
No, ma'am.
And it is calculating on it. My internet is freezing a little bit. I believe it went down just a little bit. It is just spinning, and I will let you know as soon as it stops spinning. Restarting it because it's still spinning, so I'm doing a new one. Okay, so giving credit for the $15 and 2 children in this case, the calculated child support is it went down $1, so $957.
So, Mr. Rasmussen, on your report or your request, just so that I'm clear, were there any other concerns that you need to be aware of on the current support that's being calculated?
My concern mainly is just,
Now dad says he actually wants involvement and was willing to provide for his daughter, but communication never happened.
It is a lot. I do have to provide for my wife and my daughter. I'm also still currently dealing with a situation from my previous marriage, dealing with the IRS. I'm still currently fighting that battle, where I'm trying to stop them from garnishing all of my wages, which is, they take all of my money and I won't be having anything. I'm still in the middle of that. I've been fighting it for, I want to say, almost 4 years now. It's that debt is 50,000 that I have to fight to, I'm playing with the IRS not to take it because it was something that I didn't do. It was my ex-wife that she had committed while I was deployed, and I had no idea what she was doing. That was my only concern. I've been trying to work with them and trying to see if I can come up with a payment plan with them. I do still, have to put my daughter through after school program, and um that's close to 500, almost $600 a month at her school. I'm still currently working on bills, paying rent to my father, and it's just a lot of stuff, with times being hard. It it's been a difficult time for me. I'm barely staying on my feet with trying to keep up with everything. Um, that's why I'm just asking for a little bit more of a lower amount because of the fact of what I'm dealing with and the fact that even though I had talked to the military about cutting my orders um, from going overseas, staying here stateside just so I can be in my daughter's life, I am going to be leaving in the next 2-3 months to a new duty station where I will be requesting to be living on post housing. And that's where they take my BAH and my BAS because all that goes to the house. So um, that's everything that I'm dealing with. And I still got to save money for the move when I get ready to leave and get stationed in a new duty station in another state.
Do you know what state that's gonna be?
Not yet. I'm still working with my career counselor. I'm seeing if I can at least be close. It would either be Colorado or Oklahoma if they allow me. I know between both, it would be about 8-hour difference, so I can still make the time to come down here and visit my daughter, and all that stuff. So those are the two that I'm trying to work with on getting stationed at.
Okay. Any other hardship that you feel the court needs to be made aware of?
Just the biggest one is just the IRS. That's the one that I'm real concerned about. Because they will take all of my money if I cannot pay them back, which I'm still working on trying to get my name off of it because that time I was innocent. I didn't do anything. I had no idea what my ex-wife was doing. And all this had happened while I was overseas, doing what I have to do. So I'm trying to fight with them, letting them know it's not fair that I have to pay for something that she did. So that's the only thing. I know is living on post, that's gonna take my other BAH, my BAS. Those are the two main ones, along with my daughter after school program.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Calvo, what was the BAH and BAS that was calculated total?
Yes, the BAH total.
Right, I'm just trying to figure out some other amounts to consider within the court's discretion.
Sure. So the total for BAH and BAS was $2,285.95.
Okay. Can you please give me the calculated guidelines without that?
The guidelines without that.
While you're doing that, permission to speak.
What did you need to ask or say?
So with the BAH that you had inputted right there, on my LES, I have it here as 1809, $1,809. That's the BAH that I have.
And BAS together?
BAS is the $476.95. Is that the two
It's
added
where it's
together?
combined. Correct.
Oh,
It's
okay.
combined.
Yeah, that's I was confused about that.
Okay. The amount would be, Your Honor, it would be $592 without the BAH and the BAS.
Okay, Mr. Calvo, do you have any recommendations for the court?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommending in terms of the child support to enter and confirm the amounts that are listed inside the non-agreed CSRO as is. While I understand the concerns and issues that Mr. Rasmussen has described, these are all issues that do not excuse or give any deviation factor for the recommended guideline amount. The promise of moving to a new duty station and not finding a house off, we have no way to verify that. So it is possible if we reduce and take away the BAH and BAS right now, and I'm not, and to be clear, the state's not saying that he is lying, but he could find that he's not living on post and he lives outside and he's continuing to receive the BAH and the BAS. So that's a concern the state has, and currently he's having it right now. So once it's in the future, if he does move and he's not receiving them, then theoretically he could qualify for modification, and that could be something that handles that change. Or if the court's so inclined to do that, then the state would recommend that we order the non-agreed CSRO to continue as is for the next 3 months, and then drop down to the recommended amount of $592 beginning in the 4th month thereafter. Or and the state would recommend that we put language in there that says upon proof of, the relocation and living on post and not receiving the BAH, BAS, then it would reduce to this amount. In all other circumstances, it will continue as the $957 that the state's recommending.
Okay, anything else?
And just to make a determination on the conservatorship, to not to get lost in there, because there was an issue on conservatorship. So we recommend the court enter a determination that's in the best interest of the child in that regard.
Okay, thank you, sir. Last words, Ms. Kane?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Did you see if I had any?
Did you have
like,
any last words
questions?
before I make my ruling?
No, ma'am.
Alrighty, and Mr. Rasmussen, anything on your end before I make my ruling?
No, ma'am.
Okay, based on the testimony and evidence before this court, I am going to modify the proposed order to appoint both parents to be joint managing conservators with mom as primary. I am going to modify the support. The court does have discretion due to financial hardships. I'm going to order that child support will be at $775. All issues will remain the same. Court costs will be waived or set to 0. Unless there's anything else, that will conclude the hearing.
Here's where it gets serious. Dad explains his financial hardships and fights the $957 calculation. The judge ultimately finds a middle ground.
Sir, may I state your name?
Robert Lewis.
Okay. And you are the father of the children before the court today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how many of those children are 18 and have not graduated?
Only 2 of them, Andre and Dylan, are under the age of 18 and have not graduated.
Okay. Mr. Lewis, where do you work?
I work at Marathon Refining.
Okay. How long have you worked there?
Approximately 13 years.
And are you still at that company?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you provide the OAG with all your paycheck stubs for the year of 2025?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And do you agree that that your calculated gross monthly income, and that's without any deductions, was $13,993.61?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Reason being because you're factoring in the yearly bonus with that, and my average gross monthly income is around 11,000 to 10,000.
Okay. But including all bonuses and overtime pay, that gross monthly was $13,993.61.
Yes, ma'am. That's what you have.
Thank you. Do you pay any union dues?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
On how much are those union dues?
They vary depending on how much I make, but they average around $130 a month.
Gotcha. And are you also covering health and dental insurance for the children?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
And how much is that for the children?
$241 a month.
Okay. 241 a month, or is that per pay period?
I mean, per paycheck. I'm sorry, per paycheck. Per check is 241.
Okay. So 241 per pay period. And how often are you paid?
Biweekly.
Okay. Do you have any other children that you are obligated to support?
Biologically, or just I have 3 stepchildren, but they're not biologically mine.
Okay. So no biological children. Do you have any financial hardships that you would like the court to know about?
As in reference to, like, what, can you explain financial hardship?
Any extraordinary expenses that you may have regarding your income?
No, not just my normal mortgage, car insurance, stuff like that, cell phone, utilities, things of that nature.
Okay. And so using the information that you provided, we do have a guideline child support amount of $2,513. And that's at 25%, and it is giving you credit for those union dues and health insurance. Do you have any issues with that guideline amount?
Yes, I do. That is, I'd be unable to pay that much money a month. Like, that is
Right.
really high for me to pay.
What
They-
issues will you have paying that amount?
Reason being is like, I'm in a really high tax bracket, and if I pay that much, like my pay stubs, my monthly gross is around 5,000 or a little over 5,000, and I bring home just under 3,000 or around there weekly. I mean, every pay period. So because the high tax bracket and all that, like, even though my net earnings doesn't is like way more than what I actually bring home. So if I pay 2,500 a month for child support, that's almost 50% of my monthly income, what I bring into the house. And that would drastically change the way of life for my sons when they're spending time with their dad. Like, it will impact me financially, like, really bad. Like, that would be a hardship for me for sure.
I pass this witness, Judge.
Ms. Montoya, do you have any questions of Mr. Lewis?
No.
Okay, Mr. Lewis, I do have a few questions just to confirm. You indicated that union dues were approximately $130 per month, or was it per pay period?
Per month.
Per month, okay. And then you also testified it was for healthcare insurance, it was $241, but that was per pay period.
That was per pay period, yes, ma'am.
Understood. What about dental insurance?
That's included.
It is included? Okay.
Yes.
So you indicated that you had a bonus. I think that's probably the contention here of what you're asking for the court to consider. When was that bonus given to you?
April 1st.
April 1st. And is this a bonus that you receive annually?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the amount of the bonus?
The gross, or what I actually received?
The total amount.
The $10,000.
Okay. What is your base salary?
My base salary,
Yes, sir.
it's around $90,000. That's my base salary without overtime. It's 90,000.
And you provided that information to the Attorney General's office?
I did not, but it was on my, I did not, I provided my base salary with the original divorce decree. Then that I wasn't notified that I needed to provide my base salary, but my base salary is 90,000. And the overtime, the thing is that the overtime is not guaranteed. It's like sometimes there is and sometimes there isn't. And that is what my issue is with paying that much money is if I go 1 month where there's no overtime, which happens, then my paycheck would be like really lower than what I'm used to. And the child support would be more than my paycheck.
Okay, so aside from overtime, you have the $10,000 bonus, correct? That's given to you every year.
Yeah, I mean it's not guaranteed, but it is for right now.
You testified earlier that you disagreed with the gross monthly income of $13,993.61. But you did testify that your gross monthly, this is without taxes and everything, that your gross monthly income was about $11,000. Would that be correct?
And this is just his pre-tax, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. It's right around there. It's around like 10,000 and some change, or around 11,000.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to address the court regarding the modification that's before me?
That I'm basically like throwing myself at the mercy of the court. This 2,500 a month would cripple me financially for my kids. Like they would drastically change their lifestyle when they're with their dad. Like that is a very high amount. And I would just be wondering, like, can we stick to the original divorce decree? And
Well,
go,
and it looks like your original divorce decree, it's currently at $1,850, correct? Because your oldest child has already turned 18 and
yes,
graduated.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And to
And
me,
you,
and to me, that's fair because I've paid on time every time. I'm a good dad. I spend as much time as I can with my kids, and because of my child support, I do have to work overtime when I can, just so I can supplement my income. And it's just like that would really hurt my time with my kids. Like I don't know what I would do if that was the case.
okay. And you also indicated you had stepchildren, but these are children you have not adopted, correct?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Ms. House?
Thank you, Judge. The state would like to call Ms. Montoya.
Okay.
Ma'am, may you state your name?
Laura Montoya?
Okay. And you are the mother of the children before the court today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have health insurance available to you through your employer or any other source?
No, for my kids, no. I
Yes.
have, no, I don't.
Okay, thank you. Do you agree with the calculated guideline child support for your two children?
Sorry?
Do you agree with the calculated child support amount for your two children?
Yes, what you are calculating? Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now things get serious. Dad practically throws himself at the court's mercy, but the judge still grants the modification.
Okay. I pass this witness, Judge.
Mr. Montoya, do you have any questions? I'm sorry, Mr. Lewis, do you have any questions of this witness?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
And with that, Judge, the state would like to rest and close.
Okay, go ahead.
The state is asking that the court modify the current child support obligation to the guideline amount of $2,513 beginning September 1st, 2026. Order that Mr. Lewis maintain the health and dental insurance for the children. And of course, Judge, the state is ready and willing to calculate the child support guideline amount at any other gross monthly income that you have.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Montoya, is there anything else you would like to address the court at this time?
Well, there is one thing. Under the 2019, when we got divorced, the judge ordered that every Thursday he's supposed to pick them up. Can you hear me?
A little bit. It's difficult. Go ahead.
Okay. No, just because he's saying that it's going to hurt when they're with him, when the kids go with him. And Thursdays he's supposed to pick them up from school and spend the night with him, and Friday take them to school, and then either he pick them up after school or I pick them up, right, every Thursday. So he can't, because I understand he hasn't done it because he works. So I'm the one that picks them up. So they're with him like every 2 weeks, not every Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you could hear me.
I can hear you.
So just that
Is it because he has to work?
yes, his schedule. So I was like, okay, I pick them up. That's fine. Whenever you can, you pick them up, or when is your weekend. But since he's working, I am the one picking them up most of the time from school and take them to school and all that.
Okay. Are the kiddos in any extracurricular activities?
Sometimes, yes, soccer. The little one likes to play soccer, or they go to school. They have after activities from school.
Okay. Are there costs associated with that?
No, right now, no. He wants to join, so like soccer this year. So we are thinking about it.
Okay.
But right now,
Any-
just school, after school
Okay.
activities.
Thank you, ma'am. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Lewis, anything that you would like to address the court before I make my ruling?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. Just please take in consideration of how much I actually bring home. Like with being in the really high tax bracket, and my gross is way different than what I bring home. It's like almost half the difference. And with the 2,500, that would, like, honestly, it would really, I don't know what I would do. Like, I want to be able to provide more for my sons when they're with me. I want to be able to take them like clothes shopping and things like that. And if that gets changed to that amount, like, I won't be able to do those things for them. I would just be financially burdened big time with the child support. And I don't know what I'd do. I would struggle greatly. And
Thank you, sir.
please consider those factors and before ruling, Your Honor.
Ms. House, I'd like for you to provide the court some calculations with an $11,000 gross monthly income.
Judge, with that calculation, we have $2,033, and that is with all the deductions and credits at 25%.
Is there a step down provision?
Yes, Judge, it is calculating. It's moving a bit slow. And with that step down, we have $1,769.
Okay, did you have any last words from the state?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Okay, based on the testimony and evidence before this court, I will grant the modification. Order child support to $2,033, step down $1,769, with these obligations to begin September 1st, 2026 and monthly thereafter. Court costs will be assessed to Mr. Lewis. Unless there's anything else, Ms. House?
Nothing. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, that will conclude the hearing, everyone. Healthcare insurance, Dad's maintaining it, and he's getting all of those credits as well. We are here today, August 12th, 2026. It is 9:48 in the morning. I am Judge Phyllis Martinez Gonzalez. I am the presiding Title 40 judge for Court 44 here in El Paso County. The pleading that is before this court is a petition for confirmation of a non-agreed child support review order. May I have announcements, please?
Juan Cabo for the state president. Ready, Your Honor?
Let the record reflect Ms. Laura Martinez is present. She is representing herself in this legal action. Mr. Mitchell Anthony Pierda is not present. Ms. Martinez, are you ready to proceed today, ma'am?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you provide this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can lower your hand. Mr. Calvo.
Yes, the state's ready to proceed on a confirmation of the non-agreed child support review order with a modification to the language inside of it. The state is ready to proceed. The state calls Ms. Martinez.
Yes,
Ms. Martinez, what's your full name?
it's Laura Alicia Martinez Gutierrez.
What is the full name of the child in this case?
Adriel Andre Piedra.
Do you recall participating in the child review process that created this order?
Yes, sir.
When was this process done?
It was on June, if I'm not mistaken, it was on June. Um, oh, I'm sorry, I have the papers right here in front of me. It was on. It was June 2024. Not June 10, 2024.
And when this occurred, was income calculated for Mr. Pierra in this case?
Yes, that's the information he provided.
Okay. To be clear, Mr. Pierra had provided the wage information during this child review process back in
Yes.
2024?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have the papers that I signed that day. And he was working at Quarterly Plus Service Inc.
What information do you have right now about his current employment?
To be honest, I don't have any information. We usually don't talk. He doesn't call my son, nothing at all. So I don't know about him, nothing.
What are you asking the court do in terms of entering this non-agreed child support review order?
I just want to him to be responsible and pay his child support and try to be around my son more. Because he doesn't call him, he doesn't try to pick him up, nothing at all. I know he lives in another state, another place, but at least he could be part of his life. He doesn't know his school, he doesn't know his teacher's name, nothing at all. He doesn't even ask for him.
Specifically, Ms. Martinez, what are you asking the court to enter as the start date and wage information in this case?
I would like to be as the day on the day that we signed these papers on June 10, 2024, because that was the agreement that we talked in that meeting.
All right, guys. Mom says dad has basically disappeared from his son's life and even avoided the support process.
That meeting and that conference, and he was aware of everything. He was aware, but he didn't like the amount, so he just went out of the meeting, and that's why they were trying to serve him. But he was like, no, they can't find me, they can't find me. So I think that will be for my side. I think that will be the agreement that we talked that day. But I understand we all have different type of lives. Probably he changed workplaces, but I don't think it's right that he knew the amount of the child support and he preferred to stop working or to change jobs just to not pay this amount.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Martinez, where does what state does he reside in? Do you know?
In Arizona.
And do you know if they have state income tax there?
To be honest, no, ma'am.
Thank you. Call your next witness, Mr. Calvo, if you have any.
I did not, Your Honor. The state's ready to
Okay,
proceed with recommendations.
Okay, Mr. Gallo, the only question I have was in calculating his child support. Does Arizona have a state income tax? And if it does, was that given credit to Mr. Bieda?
I can attempt to find out if there's an income tax in Arizona.
Surely,
while
just as though that calculated, it would probably have that information when they calculated that on this child support review order.
Correct, Your Honor, but the state's recommendation, and this may cut into your question, the state's position at this point is because this information is so old and service was done only until July of this year, that we would need to modify what his actual obligation amount is and set it different from what the non-agreed CSRO would be, because it is a 2-year-old information at this point with no evidence that he's continued employment there.
Okay, so it looks like Arizona has a 2.5% income tax. I'd like to know if that was given credit at the time of the CSRO conference.
Yes, Your Honor, and I'm searching the records that we have the notes for this case. Since it was pre-conversion of our system, sometimes those are either not translated all the way properly, sometimes they're missing. So I am attempting to find the exact notes and entry from that time.
And so if I'm clear about what you're asking is that you want the start date after he made his first appearance, which was what, in July? Since
Correct.
he was never started?
So it would be August of 2026. And due to the lack of information that we have on wages, the state would be recommending the minimum wage presumption.
Oh, so you want to modify the obligation as well, in addition to having a start date from when he made his appearance here?
Correct, without touching the prior judgments that were taken in 2024. So we are leaving those set as in 2024. We're taking judgments as of 2024, that the repayments as of 2024, but the start dates for the payments on the obligation would be August.
And you're
on
asking
all
for
obligations.
minimum wage.
Correct.
Okay, let me find out what this amount is here with the sales tax.
And to be clear, you're asking what the new amount would be with the state income tax for Arizona.
The amount as proposed in the order, when it was calculated, his address was Arizona. I just want to make sure that when calculating the support on the proposed order, gave him credit for the sales tax.
And I'm checking one more area, Your Honor, and if I can't find it there, I would not be able to answer this question.
Okay, then I would ask that based on the information on the proposed order, to recalculate it, giving him the sales tax credit. And then what would that number be?
Okay. So let me start it. Okay, Your Honor. So what I've calculated is using the information from the prior order. The gross monthly income that we have in the non-agreed child support order is, making sure I don't say the number right, is $7,218. At a 2.5% estate income tax, that would be $180 with 45 cents. That's going to be credited towards the calculation. The medical support that was inside the non-agreed CSRP stated that Miss Gutierrez had the insurance available at $131.43 and dental insurance for $33.58. Ordering the payments of medical support and dental support at these amounts, also giving him credit into the child support calculation, with the 2 kids that he has a support obligation for, putting his child support percentage at 16%. The calculated child support that I have right now is $875.
Okay, $20 less than what was on the proposed order. Okay, so Mr. Calvo, anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I do have a quick question for you. On a non-agreed child support review order, had the respondent been served and never made an appearance nor requested a court date, then how would you have proceeded on a way to confirm the child support review order as proposed?
So if we had a non-agreed child support review order that was served on the obligor, but he never made any appearances, and um, ideally they would not have taken so long to get, this confirmed.
Well, let's say it
But
still took 2 years to get him served and he never asked for a court date.
we would still, under it is still the state's position that because we cannot order obligations to start prior to service, that we would take when he was served. If it was taking too long, and this is hindsight, but we would have preferably either non-suited this or dismissed it and restarted the process so that it would be more accurate information and current information in the CSRO, or instead of just trying to go through the CSRO process, we would have just gone judicially.
Okay, so you're saying that because he was served or made his first appearance, that should be the start date for any modified order on the administrative process?
In this specific context, because of how old the information is, we would be setting up, the state's concern is we'd be setting up a payment on information that he may not even be working there anymore and may be entitled to even lower than what we're attempting to enter currently. And then it would create this bigger judgment of what he owes backwards from 2 years ago, which may or may not be the point, but that is a concern we have, that we're doing something that's 2 years old now.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Martinez, any last
Yes,
words
ma'am.
from you? Any
Excuse
last
me?
words? Any last
No.
words before I make my ruling?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Based on the testimony before this court, I will approve and confirm the proposed order with the amended amount to $875 for current child support. Obviously, if anybody disagrees with my ruling, then they have the right to appeal my decision. You have 30 days to do so in a de novo appeal. All start dates will remain the same. Unless there's anything else, that will conclude the hearing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very
Yes,
much,
Your Honor.
ma'am.
And just to clarify as well, while we're still on the record, you've changed the child support amount. We're still keeping the ordered medical support and dental support amounts as is, and everything else as is inside the order, correct?
Correct. I didn't hear any testimony that
Okay.
any of those items had changed on Ms. Martinez's part.
Correct. And I just wanted to make sure, just so I don't change anything that I don't need to change.
Okay.
But outdated income records now create a serious problem for what he should actually owe. The court wrestles with 2-year-old financial information before finally making the call. The judge confirms the order at $875 monthly support, while keeping the medical and dental obligations intact.